I do believe I can still add somebody. Well, either way, what's going on, guys? How is everybody doing today? We're gonna be live for a little while. No Chill MMA may join the stream, and yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Uh, 313. That should be fine. Five up for the L. There we go. Should be live. Should be. There we go. Right? All right. Okay. Hopefully it sounds alright. I don't know what the heck's going on. Yo, MPD, what up, buddy? I don't know why it sounds all weird, but Cody Brundage showed everyone how trash he is. Sure, Cody Brundage, you're crazy, buddy. Showed everybody. Showed everybody and how not great he is. Stop coping. Oh, I'm not coping. I I knew exactly what it possibly could happen if I picked Julian Marquez. Cop is the biggest cheater. Yes. But at some point you gotta blame the referee. Cop did it, referee didn't stop it. That's a problem. Two back to back cheating wins. Yep. And now he's gonna beat Pantoja. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Nope. And No Chill will be here. Yo, what up, buddy?
Yo, I hope there's not an echo. Dude, I'm doing good, dude. My camera on my computer not working right now, so I had to join using my phone. I hope you can hear and see me all right. I can't see myself right now.
Yep, I can see you and I can hear you. Heck
All
yeah.
right, nice, dude. You want to talk about UFC 313?
Absolutely.
Yo, one second. Let me pull up this card. I am so excited for this main event, man. I'm really so excited for this main event. I've never been so. I don't think people are understanding how sick of a matchup this is.
I got a little bit of a different thought on it personally.
All right, give it to me, dude. We could disagree.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's weird because I think Ankalaev as a fighter himself, I think it's fine. I don't think he's anything crazy. The biggest problem is like he has shown me nothing that is like, oh, that could be the guy that gives Ferreira problems. Now, can he catch him? Absolutely. That's the part of the game. But what does Ankalaev do very well? He has good front kick. He has good power. He's sometimes a little slow on pulling the trigger. He lets fights stay much longer than they should, like the Thiago Santos fight. Um, I guess the best way I can explain it is like when Ferreira fought Khalil Roundtree, I really like that matchup because I know 100% that Khalil Roundtree is going to go. He's going to be able to strike, maybe not necessarily with Pereira, but Khalil has some really good timing with his strikes. You know, and I think Pereira kind of respected that a little bit too much because Khalil is a little awkward. I don't see that same movement from Ankalaev. Besides, yes, he has power for sure.
What I like about Ankalaev, I actually disagree. I think in the Rakic fight, I know that in the third round and in the second round, he did look a little bit off. I mean, it definitely was different. In that first round, I thought he showed really great movement inside and outside of the pocket. I thought he looked like, for such a big dude, he's surprisingly fast. It's just one of those fights where there's so many possibilities because Ankalaev is good on the feet. He has the option of, I mean, yeah, he has the option of wrestling better. I mean, at least more than Khalil Roundtree did. He's really not an all-star grappler, but you know, I would say he's comparable or a little bit less of level grappler than Jan Blachowicz. A little bit less, but comparable skill-wise level. Alex did struggle a little bit with Jan's takedowns. I think that at this point in his career, Ankalaev's striking is going to be better than Jan, and that was a really close fight. So I'm really looking forward to this main event. And I think no matter what, it's probably going to be a finish, and I'm really excited for it.
Oh, it's going to be a finish.
Ankalaev's unbeaten in his last 14 fights, which is just crazy to me.
Yeah, I do agree with that, but at the same time, it's like, okay, where did Jan have success? Leg kicks. Where else? A lot of pressure. Guess who kicks better than Jan? Alex Pereira. Guess who has a ridiculous pressure? Alex Pereira.
Agree.
You know, so the things that Jan had a lot of success with, Pereira is going to get going as soon as that fight starts. He's not going to wait for the third round.
It is arguable that Jan had a lot of success against Pereira as well. And this is why I love that fight.
When he bulldozed them. Yeah, correct.
For the same reasons that, you know, Pereira is favorable to beat Ankalaev because of all the good things that Jan could do that Pereira could do better. Ankalaev could do all the good things that Jan did to Pereira, but better as well. He has a little bit, I mean, he has that grappling. He's faster on the feet. I love his power. I love his straights. I love how he goes inside of the pocket and he lands some like just really fast inside jabs and shots like that. I really love that main event. I mean, not necessarily because I think Ankalaev is gonna. I hope Ankalaev doesn't win. It's just I think it's gonna be an awesome fight.
I'm again, like I said, I'm not crazy sold on it. I got a lot of thoughts about it for sure. I just like knocking out Walker doesn't mean anything to me. Being in a close fight with Rakic doesn't mean anything to me because Rakic is not very good. If anything, it took a lot of like, oh man, what if kind of hype from me with Ankalaev because Rakic, you say like he looks fast in the Rakic fight. The problem with that is Rakic is so like he stands upright, he doesn't really move his head. So because Ankalaev is faster, you know, it makes him look a lot better than he is. And I don't know. Like I said, he's powerful. He does have decent footwork, but his best chance of beating Pereira is early, just like Jan. And maybe if Ankalaev was the guy that introduced Pereira to the light heavyweight division, maybe Ankalaev can actually get him out of there and doesn't gas out like Jan did. But I just don't see Ankalaev beating Ferreira in the third, fourth, or fifth. If he beats him, it's early.
Well, Ankalaev, I mean, it is really funny to think about because arguably, fight by fight, Ankalaev's wins have got like less impressive. I mean, he also has wins over Krylov and Wezdemir, who I rate rather highly.
Yeah.
Just saying. I see people in chat saying you hope Ankalaev wins. I do not hope Ankalaev wins. I hope Pereira wins. I just think that the story going into this fight, I mean, being like a former alcoholic, kickboxing champion, not supposed to be a kickboxing champion. You go to MMA, this is about being well-rounded. This is 2025. We're not in 2000. Yep. There's no specialist. Becoming an MMA champion too, having that wrestling defense because of Glover or whatever it is, just develop at such a rapid rate. I think this is just one of like the sickest fights of all time, dude. It is so cool to me that these two are going to be in the octagon. I think I 100%. I'm willing to make that bet right now. MMA now. This fight is going to be a banger. This fight's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
If it's not, I'll concede. I'll eat my words, but I hope it is.
Yeah, I think it might be a little tricky early because Ankalaev, he's going to be, a puzzle for Ferreira to solve. I just think once Ferreira gets in that flow state, like he did with Khalil, dude, he was dipping and diving out of the way in the pocket. It was the craziest thing.
It was fantastic, yeah.
In Khalil, people don't give Khalil a lot of his respect before that fight. I knew that fight was going to be tough because what does Khalil do? He strikes. He moves forward, good combinations, and he has nothing to lose. And we've seen
dude, that was an awesome
Khalil
fight,
that Khalil knew he had nothing to lose, only the game.
If someone were to ask me, I want to see a kickboxer fight a Muay Thai fighter, that is the fight that I would show them. That was fantastic.
Absolutely.
With this card, I'm a little bit concerned, and I just really don't like this. There's only 2 early prelims.
The Castaneda and Diaz.
There's the guy from Tough, and then there's the Osman Diaz, the Jordan Santa. It's really weird that these cards are becoming like another 10-fight card 2 weeks in a row. That annoys me a little bit. I want to see some fights, man.
This is 12 now.
It's 12 now?
Now, yep. Because we got Gutierrez, Castaneda, late add to it. And then I guess it would be Ozzy Diaz into Jordan Santos.
Let me see this. There's 12 fights on this now?
Yeah, because there was 11 because Gutierrez and Castaneda is now on it.
Let me see. We got Green, Ruffy, Lucendo, Lemos, Turner, Bahamondes, Fiziev, Gaethje, Ankalaev. 5 on the main card, 4 on the prelims, and I see just 2 on the early prelims. What's the other fight? Because the UFC page always messes up.
Yeah, it's not taking in probably Chris Gutierrez and John Castaneda.
Oh, Castaneda's fighting on here?
Yeah, he's fighting Chris Gutierrez.
Oh, beautiful. That's a beautiful fight. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I love this card so much. I'm not going to lie, though.
Yeah. In Castaneda, man.
Here's my controversial take.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I don't like Fiziev that much, man. I really don't.
Okay.
I really don't like Fiziev that much. I didn't even think he looked incredible against Bobby Green, honestly.
Dude, I thought Bobby won.
Yeah, man. I thought Bobby won. I didn't think it was a closer fight than people would remember. I would 100% bet that. I didn't think he looked that good against Bobby Green, man. And the Gaethje fight was what. I mean, this is a rematch of Gaethje's least exciting fight in 5 years. That's what it is.
Well, when they fought the first time, I thought Fiziev won the first 2 rounds. I thought it got a little bit weird at the end of the second round, and obviously Gaethje won the 3rd round. But I thought Fiziev won the first. I thought
it was close.
Crap out of Gaethje a round and a half, and then he got tired.
I kind of just wish that they. I mean, I guess that's the fight to make, right? But what do you do with Dustin then? Do Dustin Hooker?
Oh my goodness! They already did that. I guess you could do that as a retirement fight.
I mean, it was one of the most violent competitions ever, man.
Oh, dude, it was disgusting. And then Dan Hooker showed that he's human, and then Porter was like, "Oh, I got you," and then just beat the crap out of him for 3 rounds. Crazy. It was crazy because when I talked about the Jalen Turner fight that's coming up against Ignacio, I said it's crazy because Jalen was having a lot of success against Dan Hooker. And then what happened? He head kicks Dan Hooker flush, and then he wakes Dan Hooker up, and then Hooker becomes the old Dan Hooker that we all loved, that we haven't seen in a couple of years, and he just becomes a madman and wins the fight with a broken arm. It's like, where the heck is that Dan Hooker been? He literally head kicked the old Dan Hooker back. It was crazy.
Dude, those tattoos did something to my boy, man. They did something.
Man. I was really hoping they were going to pick Benny to fight Gaethje. I love Benny.
Dariush?
Yeah, Benny Dariush. Yep.
Oh man, I love Benny too, but man, he's just. I'm scared for that chin,
rough.
man.
It's rough. It hurts me. So
he was one of my he was my favorite fighter for a while, Benny, but is what it is.
Yeah, and then I guess we can just kind of start. Honestly, we can start at any fight that you want to talk about in particular, or just start at number one.
No, we can start at number one. Look, man, number one. I'm not really happy with this fight because for me, Ozzy Diaz had one of the most disappointing performances I've ever seen against Min Yang Zhang. I was such a fan of Ozzy Diaz's LFA fights. Like they were incredible. His striking, his inside. Like some guys could box, but they don't have footwork, and that is Ozzy Diaz. He could box, but he has no. It's this incredible phenomena. How are you such a good boxer in the pocket, but you can't move your feet, man?
On the regional scene, you can get away with that. That's
true.
The biggest. That's the big thing.
Especially at light heavyweight, which is it's thin. It's thin in general.
Yeah, especially, and I think he's moving down the middleweight because the Jordan Santos is a middleweight, and I think Ozzy's in trouble again. The Jordan Santos, I think he's gonna beat him up. He's gonna beat him up.
I mean, I don't remember that Contender Series fight too much. I know it was the UD on that one.
He really showed good accuracy and speed in that fight against Will Curry.
It was Will Curry, right?
I was pretty impressed with Will Curry's regional stuff, and I'm typically a little skeptical on that stuff because. But who am I to talk? Jonathan Metcalf came to the UFC and he looked like all crap in the regional scene. He came back and just head kicked Kevin Ducey into oblivion for the whole 15 minutes. Crazy. These old bulls that can't move in the ring. Oh gosh, I got a freaking comment to talk about.
Dude, it is so it's such a funny contrast. I would argue you're on the much more wholesome side of MMA YouTube. Like you keep it like I mean sometimes you curse, but you keep it pretty family friendly. But then in chat, if it's not the regulars, you'll get some wild messages.
Oh, dude, it'll get weird. It will get weird, especially depending on what time it is. Oh boy, we will be in for it for sure. And then so I got a comment today. Talk about Marion Santos. This dude.
Oh man, I think Marion Santos is gonna. I love the Fire Marshal, man. New Jersey represent, but he's going down, dude. He's going down, man.
I got a comment today talking about this.
Okay.
This guy says Francis by decision. I said, you, sir, haven't watched Santos. He said, and you underestimate Marshall. He will outwork Santos. I'm okay with someone saying that they think their guy's going to win. That's fine. Saying they're going to outwork Santos, I said, again, you've never watched Santos. Because you're not going to outwork Santos. That's you might beat him, you might catch him. You're not going to outwork him. That's all that guy does. A lot of footwork, a lot of outwork.
that is a wild thing, dude. Marion Santos is not Marcelo Rojo. He's not Marcelo Rojo.
Yeah. And that's what I said. I said, dude, Francis was getting touched up by Rojo, who's not good. And he's like, let's put a bet on it. I was like, well, what are you talking about? Are we going to bet on this? No. If you lose, you like, my bad. I read it wrong. Just go watch tape. You don't need to say nothing. Just go watch the tape and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. I think Mario Santos is. I mean, you know what? It's so crazy because we haven't had really good prospects come out of Tough in a while. I know Ryan Loder's a little bit older. Ryan Loder and Marion Santos are some nasty fighters, but especially Marion
Yeah.
Santos.
The problem with Ryan Loder is I think once he runs into guys that can stuff his takedowns, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. He's gonna be in
My
a
problem
lot of
with
trouble.
him is it's just the age, man. For me, it's just the
Yep.
age. If he was
Yep.
10 years younger, he's the next Chris. He's probably better than Chris Weidman by
Whew.
the time he's like 30 something.
I
But
don't
he's
know if
not.
anybody could ever fall off of Chris Weidman.
He would be. I mean, Ryan Loder is extremely skilled, but when you come into the sport, like it or not, like you can't be father time, right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna come into the sport that old and you're not gonna develop really good striking defense quick, or just wrestling that's like Habib-esque and it's so good it just smashes everything else, eventually
Yep.
you're gonna run into a guy who could stuff your takedowns, and then he's gonna look at you like a
Yeah.
prey on the feet, and that's gonna be
Yep.
it for you as a contender, man.
Yep. Because the guy that he fought had him in some crazy positions. It was like, yeah, cool, you got out of it in this fight.
Ryan Loder is fantastic. I mean, dude, I don't. As long as you give him kickboxers and he's not. Some guys are like, I hate to say it, some guys are just stupid, man. Some
Mm-hmm.
guys are just stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like that Austin, not Austin Boshi, that Rinya Nakamura kid, man. What was he doing?
Oh Jesus. Yeah. I don't know what in the world his game plan was. Makes no sense to me. By the
Like,
time
what
some
were you
big
doing?
prospect.
He was he Olympic or just high level national?
I thought he was Olympic.
Yeah. Why are you
Yeah.
not shooting one takedown? Same with
Yeah.
Asio Almabayev. Well, Asio Almabayev, it was more just he couldn't close the distance, so he was getting pieced up. But
Well, the
same,
thing
like
with
if I
him
was
is,
Asio, I'm going up against the cage. I'm going low. I'm not letting go of Manel's legs for a second,
yeah.
man. You got to take away that footwork. Like, damn,
Yep.
it's just very crazy to me. Charles Johnson's fight pissed me off too because he was like
Yeah.
2 knees to the body away from winning it. When he was in
Yep.
those clinch moments, I think it was live. No, I wasn't live stream. I was just having a watch party with some friends, and I just kept
Mhm.
saying, "Bro, knee to the body, please." He finally did it
Yeah.
last round. He destroying him. Like that fight, I
Yeah.
was just like, man, some of those fights got me just
Well, it's the
Same,
same thing.
dude.
Like,
Yeah, what's up?
yeah. Well, no, I was just saying. I didn't do great on my picks wise on that one because it was like every fight was like, yeah, this guy's gonna win. Oh, the other guy won by decision split. I was like, you can't make this up. It is what it is. You know, like
I only
Rebavic.
got 2 fights wrong, but I disagree with one of the decisions that I got right. I picked Nasrat, but I scored it for Robovics when I was watching it.
See, and yeah, exactly. I thought Rebavic would win, and they went Nasser. Nasser started the fight so good. That left straight looked like a piston. And then what does
My
Rebavic
favorite
do?
was
I'm just gonna smile
when
at
he
you
was
and repeat
wrestling,
it.
right? He had the
Yeah.
switch on Nasrat. He
Yep.
switched, and then it was into a clean head kick. That was beautiful.
Yeah. Well, you seen at in the third round, at the last second, he threw the head kick and Nasser put his arms up and then he wobbled. It was like, oh my god, you hurt him. It was a nasty head kick because he was like in close, like me and you. If like, you're looking at me, and he head kicks him and hurts him. Whoa, Nasser! I mean, fucking Esteban. That dude he's a problem. He is an absolute problem. But that dude's chin is nasty too. Esteban, that's 2 fights in a row that have been pretty damn pretty competitive. You know, he has
Yeah,
the
man.
one with Zalhuber. You know, when he hurt him real bad. That fight was crazy. You got the spear, I think what it was spear. Yeah, part of India.
The fights I got
Not from his.
wrong, I picked Charles Johnson and I picked Danny Barlow, and they both lost.
Yeah, the Danny Barlow one's really tough for me because like he was hurting Sam a lot with that straight left as he typically does, but you just can't get wild like that. You can't get wild with a guy that is gonna throw back at you like that. You know, so that one was tough. That one was tough.
My favorite fight to analyze, and I know you're gonna say why, Dude, watching Andrea Lee fight is a spectacle for all the wrong reasons.
Oh God.
I was watching her
weird.
fight, right? You've competed. I've trained MMA. I've never competed. But you've actually competed in MMA. I've never watched a fighter have more than 20 fights, go in the cage, be a champion in women's Muay Thai, and then just somehow do everything wrong. She did everything wrong.
Yeah.
She was throwing short range combinations at distance. I was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "You're boxing up the air." I was laughing, dude.
You know, and then she would have success, and then be like, "Oh, I'm never going back to that again." Like, what are you doing? Your head kicks landing every time you throw it. Your leg kicks are there. You're throwing them, landing them clean, and then you don't do it again. It doesn't even make sense to me. It doesn't make any sense.
Henrucho said Danny Barlow fight pissed me off. It hurt so. It didn't piss. I was just really shocked. I was like, damn.
Well, I seen it on the like second exchange when Danny kept stepping forward and throwing the left. He literally kept I guess like stepping as he was throwing his left, and Sam Patterson kept feinting that right hand, and you see it when you're watching it. He's feinting that right hand, and then he throws it finally, and it hurt a bar. I was surprised to see Barlow go down like he did. I thought he would try to clinch up or something, but honestly, it's the best thing for him at this point. I hate seeing the guy basically get knocked out, but hopefully that teaches him, don't be so reckless, man. Pick your shots. You have that power. You just got to get better at your footwork, your placement, when to move in, when to move out. So he's still pretty young, so I like that one a lot.
Dude, it was just crazy to me. Like, I'm used to guys getting dropped, and then it's a TKO, and that's fine. Patterson knocked him down. That last shot actually just put him out. I was like, damn, Patterson. I knew you were powerful, but geez, man.
Well, yeah, he knocked him out against the cage, and then Barlow woke up and just blocked. He was still there once he fell to the ground. I was like, that's odd. Okay,
I don't think we're gonna disagree on this one. I'm looking at this card now. Morono versus Leal. But actually, I got some thoughts on this one.
Okay.
You want me to go first? Yeah, you go.
What do you think of Leal in his last one?
In his last fight, people give me a lot of shit, but I thought Renat won round 1 and 2, but he still looked fantastic.
Okay. I thought Carlos won easily 2 of 3 rounds. I thought Renat won the 3rd round because Leal was getting tired. I thought
I was watching the fight, and it is, when you think about it, it's very hard to score because it's damage-based scoring. But significant strikes straight to the chin. I mean, Renat was landing consistently to the chin, but Leal was eating them all. For the Morono fight, you want to look at this fight and you want to say, yes, Leal is going to just crush Morono. But I really want you to think about this. How long has Leal been in the testing pool now?
You're right.
How long has he been in the testing pool?
Yeah, you're correct. That is exactly what I said in my video, too, when I broke it down. Because I said, yeah, Leal should win this. He looked great against Renat, whether you thought he won, whether he lost, whatever. He's a little saucy. At least it seems like it. If the same guy that showed up against Renat, he destroys Morono. If he's a little toned down a little bit, Morono's going to find some way to win. But I don't care if Alex Morono goes out there and flatlines him quickly. You lost to Nico Price, and you made Nico Price look good at this time. I can't say you're going to win. I can't. I'm sorry.
I'm still picking Leal, man. I can't look at. I cannot ever pick a guy who lost to Nico Price ever, man.
Yep.
Not this iteration of Nico Price.
I also made the pick last week of Marquez beating Cody Brundage, and one of the guys in the chat was like, "I can't believe you're picking Marquez." I was like, "I'm not picking a quitter. I don't care if he wins the fight. At least if Marquez loses, he's going to lose on his shield. He's not going to find a way out of the fight. I'm never going to pick Cody Brundage. I'm going to say what he does well. It's fun. Never doing it. It's never happening."
I only thought Brundage would win. I didn't even know it was going to be like a crazy on the feet, kind of quick fight like it was. I just thought that Brundage's wrestling looked really good versus Nickel. So I was like, yeah, probably going to wrestle Marquez up against the fence. Dude, it's so crazy. Marquez went from potentially dating Miley Cyrus to now probably going to get cut from the UFC. What a downfall,
with
man.
4 straight knockouts.
Yeah,
when he was known for being durable.
All right, true or false? I am more impressed if you lose by knockout 4 times than 4 times by decision in some cases. Never mind. Going out on your shield's better. It's probably better to not get finished. But at least he's trying, you know? He's not giving up.
Yeah, because, like, that's the same thought with, like, Cody Garbrandt when he had those, I think, 3 losses, 3 knockouts in a row. I wasn't crazy impressed with him getting finished 3 times because, again, they were very bad finishes. He wasn't even really competitive. I guess the Pedro Munoz fight, he was, sure. But Munoz, obviously not now because he's older now, but he's just not looking good, Garbrandt. That chin just looks gone. You know, so yeah, I would take 4. It's like the Bobby Volker thing. I don't know if you remember him or not, but he lost like 4 in a row, and Dana White said, "We'll never get rid of that guy." And I think he lost 1 more, and they cut him. But yeah, it's the highlight that Robbie Lawler's throwing the head kick and walking off when he KO'd him. It's sick. It's sick.
Dude, Robbie Lawler, one of the most underrated fighters ever. I was rewatching his fight against Adlan Amagov. Dude, Robbie Lawler was a beast, man.
Oh, dude, have you watched that guy's fight against TJ Wahlberger? What's up, Ryan?
I think so. I know Adlan had some crazy fights back in the day, man.
Dude, he ground and pounds him, and you hear his striking. Like, you can hear him hitting him. It's the and then he retired afterwards. It was the nastiest sounds of someone getting punched I've ever heard. It was so bad. Yeah, Robin Melvin, the late kicks were nasty too, for sure. For sure. Yeah, so we definitely agree on Santos beating Francis Marshall.
100%, man.
Yeah, the footwork, the accuracy, and the well-roundedness of Santos gives Marshall a lot of problems, I think.
I think even though Marshall is a pace fighter, he's gonna get outworked. Like this is a pace fighter versus a way faster pace fighter.
That's why that comment, if the guy saying he's gonna get outworked, was like, you just haven't watched him. You just like Marshall and you haven't done research.
100%.
Yeah, that's craziness. And then I think Leal beats.
Oh yeah.
I was just saying Leal, I think, beats Morono. He should destroy Morono. He should.
I'm picking Leal as well, but I could definitely just see Moreno just has him up against the fence, knees him to the body, holds him there. He's off, or he just comes in completely off the juice. Morono just hits him with the left hook. Because this is just one of those fights where it's like, yeah, Morono could just pull something stupid off and get a win. But I'm just going to trust that Leal has really good genetics and he's not juiced up and he's just going to come in, steamroll Morono like it should be.
Yeah, the one thing I said in my video was the one thing that Morono could do is somehow find that goddamn guillotine that somehow he finds consistently in fights that he's losing. Tim Means fight, he's losing, finds a guillotine. Like, god dang it.
It just makes Morono makes no sense, and this match, I'm like, this is just the type of fight where something that makes no sense could happen.
Yep, 100%. And then next we got Bruno Vieira versus Armin Petrosyan. You can let me know who you have in that one.
I'm taking the underdog, Bruno Ferreira.
Me too. I don't know how he's an underdog. I hate picking fighters that have just been finished. It has not been very long since Petrosyan was finished.
Yep.
Whether he was out cold or not, he was really badly hurt.
And I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I wasn't even looking at the double back fist, right? The double back fist was cool. I was watching that fight. I was going, how is this Giorgio Petrosyan's brother? Armin, he looks, I'm not going to lie. He sucked in that Shara Bullet fight. He straight up looked bad, man.
Yeah.
Bruno Ferreira is going to come in that pocket, and he's just going to knock him out cold.
And the problem with Petrosyan in this fight, when he's fighting Vieira, Bruno's coming off the fight where he got tired and had a boo hurt, and now Armin's his next guy. I would suspect Bruno's going to come in like a Terminator and just look really good. against the
He's gonna look like a
compromised fight.
bull, bro. He's gonna come forward, and he's. Yep. I would say this fight's gonna last under a minute.
Under a minute. Oh, okay.
I'm saying under a minute. I'm saying one of the first two exchanges, Armin Petrosyan's on his knees or on his stomach, or looking up at the lights.
Okay.
I think Petrosyan is taking this fight way too soon.
Yeah.
Taking this fight way too soon. And
agreed.
I don't think he's. People look at Petrosyan and they often compare him to Kopylov. He's not Kopylov, man. No. He's just a guy that kickboxes, and he doesn't.
Yep.
He kickboxes not that well. I mean, the win over Christian Leroy Duncan will always be very impressive, right?
Yeah, that's also a lot on Leroy Duncan because he's trying to show off in that fight, which made no sense.
Yeah, that was a lot of mistakes on Leroy Duncan's part.
Yeah. Yep.
I think a guy with real finishing ability at this point, Petrosyan, what is he, in his 30s? He's not young, right? He's in his 30s.
He's not young. I believe he's in his 30s. He's 34.
Yeah, he's going to be 30. Yeah, exactly. He's going to be 35 this year. Bruno Ferreira is this young Hulk. He's going to come forward. He's probably going to find that chin.
Yep. Especially because you don't want that back since he just lost.
100%.
And I see it in the chat, someone talking about Bryce Mitchell and Gene Silva. What's your thoughts on that one?
Dude, Bryce Mitchell and John Silva. That is the craziest. Okay, my question is, who's gonna win that fight? Okay, I think everybody knows Silva's just gonna. The general consensus, Silva's gonna put him out. Think about this. If Bryce wins, what is that post-fight interview gonna be like, man? That's gonna be wild.
I will mute my monitor. I'm not listening.
That would be wild. He's gonna take that microphone. He's gonna be like, you know what the J in Gene Silva stands for, right? he's gonna go wild.
He's gonna double down on this stupid podcast.
He's gonna double, bro. Just giving him a live mic after a win, which after all of this would just be wild, man.
I said in my short, I said, well, we don't necessarily know Gene, like with this grappling, maybe Bryce can pull it off, but for this short context, I want Gene to break his face. Like,
I think John is he's just so good. Like, he's really good, man. I like Bryce as a fighter, but I just don't think that he has the takedowns to take. Like, he is great on the ground, but he doesn't have the takedowns to get it there. I think Silva's gonna do it early and brutally.
Yeah, I thought Danny gave Bryce a run for his money a couple fights this year. And that's a fight that people don't talk about. And that was a pretty controversial decision. I'm not necessarily
I thought Bryce won that.
But Ige gave him some problems, you know. But I don't want Bryce Mitchell to do anything. I want him to be. I'm okay with seeing a Josh Emmett KO again.
Nah, I don't want anybody to seize in the octagon. Knockout was wild.
You talk the shit that you talked about. I hope that happens again. I want him to be okay. I don't want anything like bad to happen.
He just wants to go fishing, man.
Well, go fishing.
He's gonna be sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah, for sure.
The only reason I don't like this fight is because I really would have preferred Doo-Ho Choi versus Bryce Mitchell, and seeing Ige and John Silva on the feet would just be magnificent.
Oh man. I think Gene.
I really wish. But think about this: John Silva beats Bryce Mitchell. You could do some interesting stuff. John Silva versus Giga Chikadze. That's a fight that I would like to see.
I think Giga's in trouble with his next matchup.
Who's Giga? Oh yeah, Giga's. Yeah, but he's still gonna put up a fun fight.
He's fighting Onama.
I don't know, man. It's looking very good for Gene Silva right now. It bothers me how low they have Aljo ranked at featherweight.
I thought Aljo beat Mazar. I was more impressed with Aljo than I was with Mazar.
They have him ranked below Josh Emmett now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's ranked below Ortega, ranked below Allen, ranked below Rodriguez. He's ranked number 9.
Number 9.
Yeah, that's wild.
Right there being next for fucking Lopez and Volk. So
I
that's
can't.
crazy.
What do you think? I haven't talked to you in a while, dude. What do you think about that 145 situation?
I think it ruined Toporia's legacy in 145. He did great things for sure. I'll never take that away from him, but it ruins his legacy. You have no reason. You can still take the fight at 55. Just defend your belt a couple of times at 45, and then you can be done. But
what I
to
think
just
is
I don't like
the
it.
whole double champ thing. If you're a fighter who's cleared out, if you're an Anderson Silva, by the way, somebody was arguing with me that Sean Strickland would beat Anderson Silva. My brain almost
Oh my
exploded
God,
today.
Sean Strickland can barely beat himself. What?
Listen,
That's
if
ridiculous.
Anderson Silva and GSP could, well, Silva never even got a shot, but guys like John Jones, GSP, they run through their divisions. There's literally nobody left. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But with Ilia Topuria, you have two number one contenders, dude. You have
Yeah.
Lopez and Evelev neck and neck for that
Well,
title. We want to see Lopez Topuria badly, and
also,
we don't get it. It sucks,
yeah,
man.
not even Mavdar and Lopez. I'm sorry, but you still have a healthy Volk you got to get through. You beat a very compromised fighter in Volk. I'm not saying Volk's going to win, but it is the fact he was very compromised, and he still won round one. He still stuck in me, got the hell out of there. He still won. He at least had to fight Volk. He at least should have gotten that. I hate the fact that we won't get to see that fight because, again, not saying Volk's going to win it, but I want to see if Topuria can beat a healthy,
I think
fully
it would have
recovered
been really
Volk.
cool to do
Oh yeah,
Mosfar versus Volkanovski because that way, if there's a finish, it's going to be a submission and we're not going to see Volk go out again. Or Volk could win and fight Lopez. Or what a storyline would be Diego Lopez in his debut fights Mosfar in short notice, barely loses, and then could fight him for the champ. That's such a good story, man.
oh
But
yeah,
we don't get to
for
be
sure.
told that story because we're going to
Nope.
do Mosfar challenging Lopez potentially for that's weird. It's weird to me. This is just like the Habib versus RDA type of thing. It's weird to
Yeah,
me to give a guy a title shot before a guy that beat that dude and hasn't lost since.
I agree, and I also think Lopez could be in trouble with Volk if you can't get him out early. Which again, Lopez is very good early, not great late. If you can't get Volk out of there, Volk will beat you up, possibly finish you. Volk's not 100% done. He's older, sure. I don't know how durable he is at this point, just because we haven't seen him fight since, obviously. But if Diego Lopez wins, it's when it's in within a round and a half. If he gets to that 2 rounds, 3 rounds, I like Volk. I like
Yeah,
Volk a
I'm
lot.
not gonna lie. Like, even though it was on short notice, in that Ige fight, Lopez is. It wasn't necessarily like people like to be like, "Oh, he was barely beating Ige." He was definitely beating Ige. All
Oh, he
right, it
beat
was
two
his
rounds.
opponent literally
There's
got
no
changed in
question.
5 hours, but his
Yeah.
cardio was looking weird in that round three, man. Looking a little strange.
Well, also we have to remember that Ige for sure, for one, is he just moves forward. He's the Terminator. He just moves forward. So that might take something out of the cardio. He also really tried to get Ige out of there. We can say, yeah, fine, maybe it was he didn't have a camp for him, maybe he wouldn't have done that beforehand, maybe not. But we do know, unless you can stop Volk, he's never going to stop. So if you got that tired fighting Ige, who it took him 2 rounds to start getting momentum, he's going to be in a world of trouble with Volkanovski.
Yeah, man. What do you think? Okay, my favorite fight on UFC 313. It's not the main event. It's
Oh,
not even the co-main event. It's Ray
okay,
Teixeira and Josh Van. This is my favorite fight on the whole card, man.
okay, 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 okay. Interesting. I said it
You didn't.
earlier.
I mean, I'm glad to explain why. I'm glad to
Yeah,
explain why.
you
One of
know,
the most entertaining grappling fights I've ever. I mean, I've watched a lot of fights, dude.
mhm,
Ray Teixeira and Carlos Hernandez was just special. That was such like the exchanges on the ground and in the scrambles were just so beautiful to me, man. It was
mhm,
just such an awesome fight. Seeing him get a opportunity against Joshua Van is fantastic because Joshua Van is the rare flyweight with real power. And, he's not a bum with submissions either. He has an early calf slicer. He had a standing rear naked choke in Fury, which is really impressive. And he could just finish guys. I think this fight's going to be ridiculously fast-paced. You're going to have one guy twisting the leg, trying to just, take Van down, hook up all these funky submissions. And then you have Joshua Van, such a high-paced fighter, trying to catch Tetsura on the feet. As much as I love Tetsura, I got to go with Joshua Van. What are your opinions?
My biggest thing is Van's takedown defense is very good, and even if he gets taken down, unless it's a crazy scramble that he just gets caught, I think Van pieces him up. I think he goes to the body, and that really hurts Ray a lot. Yeah, I like Van a lot in this matchup. It can be tough,
dude, but it sucks because Tetsura is so good. He is so good. I wish they gave him the Tyrus treatment and they didn't rush him because he is 22. And that's crazy to me.
Isn't this fight? I thought this fight was a short notice for Ray, but I guess not.
It could be. I wasn't even aware of this fight for a while. Was Van supposed to fight Bruno Silva on this date?
Yes, he was. That's what it was. Yes. So it is a short notice, but I definitely don't like Ray in this matchup because of that. I do not like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough fight for Ray Teixeira. It's definitely very, very tough. And, Joshua Van is staying so active too. That's a good thing. It's a good thing to say that active, man.
Yeah, being as young as he is, and I was a little worried him coming off that Charles Johnson finish like that. But he looked really good against Durden. And Durden, even though he may not be great, he has a lot of output, so still be able to get a lot of things out there. But Van kind of handled him, kind of beat him up.
So, dude, the craziest thing to me is Fedor just announced that he's going to return to fighting. Do you know about that?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, Fedor is fighting Redoom in Bare Knuckle FC. Right?
Oh, that's awful.
My thoughts on this. Redoom and Fedor are both 47 years old. You combine Ray Teixeira and Joshua Van.
Fedor is 50. Fedor is 50. The Doom is 47. Fedor is 75. 1975. I believe he's 50.
No way, Fedor. Fedor is 50.
I believe he's
I swear it said 47. Is Fedor really 50? I can't type right now. Damn.
I got it.
Oh man, that is so crazy.
Okay. So he'll be 49 in September. He's 48 years old.
48. Dang, man. If you combine Teixeira and Van, if you just take both of their ages and combine them, they're 2 years younger than Fedor. That's wild.
Yeah.
This is, I think, the first time that two people in the 2000s are fighting on a UFC card, which is really cool.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. It has an opportunity to be because you have 23 and 22. Jesus, that's crazy! Holy crap! But
dude, I love this fight.
Oh man, the fight that I'm probably looking forward to most. I got a lot of mixed emotions on it. Is Bobby Green and Ruffy. I love Bobby Green. I don't want to see him get hurt. I don't want to see him get finished. I don't want to see it. It hurts my soul thinking that Bobby might get finished again.
But this is my thing. All right, we're going to get to that fight because I have some opinions on this. Just like I have opinions on this fight. Rizvan Kanaev and Curtis Blades. I'll let you go first.
I think Curtis Blades is in a world of hurt.
This is what I was looking at Kanaev's fights, right? I was like, man, this guy's just another fat Shamil Gaziev ass dude. He's not looking that skilled. Then I saw something on his Contender Series fight that made me go, oh shit. It made me go, oh shit. And that was his elbows in the clinch are very, very good. They are very, very
like
good.
He's very light heavyweight.
Yes, his elbows and his knees in the clinch are kind of bad, and that happens to be Blades' kryptonite. It's kind of Blades' kryptonite. That elbow is really nasty. That elbow is really nasty in the clinch against Blades. I hate that he has that ability to land those massive elbows like that. That is not what a wrestler like Blaydes needs to do. And Blaydes needs to. He does need to wrestle, but I feel like Kanaev's going to be okay.
He has to get in dominant position. He needs to get him down. Get him down.
He does. Oh, it just. I want to be like, yo, Blaydes is going to whoop his ass. Blaydes is going to whoop his ass. But you know what? Blaydes, for some reason, just like, hey, I don't want to be a wrestler anymore. He has kickboxed in like his last 7 fights.
Yeah. And then people try to use that as like, oh, this guy's good. It's like, excuse me? Just because Sergey Pavlovich beats Curtis Blaydes when he stood a foot in front of him does not mean Sergey Pavlovich is good. I hate that argument.
Well, I mean, I think Pavlovich is. I mean, okay, with heavyweights, I think that power is part of skill. Heavyweight is such a different division. People like to be like, bro, these heavyweights have no talent. When guys have that ability, it becomes like you're constantly thinking about there is an off button that could come. At flyweight, you're like, oh my God, you know, this guy keeps hitting me with the jab. At heavyweight, this guy hits me with the jab maybe one time, you're out cold looking up at the lights. It's different. Managing power and skill and, risk management is very different at heavyweight. But I don't think Pavlovich is untalented at all. I just think
I don't think he's untalented. I just think
it's very. I'm gonna pick Blaydes, but I'm only picking Blaydes because I don't want Kanaev to win. That's why I'm picking Blaydes. I want to live in a world where Blaydes is not getting beat by PFL dudes. That's the world I want to live in.
Yeah, I just don't trust Curtis Blaydes against powerful heavyweight strikers.
Are you picking Kanaev?
Yes.
Damn. Yeah, like Kanaev, those inside elbows are nasty, man. But I'm still gonna pick.
He has good cardio. He's decent on the ground, and he has to know that Blaydes' biggest chance is getting him down and ground and pound and stuff. I see Kanaev. I see him beating him up. I don't trust Curtis' his durability.
No, this is also different though, because this is. I mean, did you watch Kanaev in PFL?
Yeah, I know he had one against Bruno Ferreira that was overturned. That's his
he beat his ass.
Yeah, I know.
He beat up. He
had no contest. Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm just saying, off the juice, fat Kanaev against Hugo Cunha. That's what's his name? The silverback gorilla, Hugo Cunha.
Yeah.
Just saying, man.
You're right.
He was out of shape, dude. I could see him getting worked.
Correct. That's a very, very weird one for sure.
These Russian fighters, dude. I watch a lot of Russian MMA. I was just watching I think it's called Nasi Deshi MMA. You remember Kadis Ibragimov?
No.
Kadis Ibragimov was this UFC fighter. In the last 5 years, he had 4 UFC fights. He lost all of them. He took a lot of steroids, became massive, and he just lost to this really porky fat dude. But that's not the point. The point is those Russia guys are all they're on some Tropicana. They're on some.
Oh yeah.
They're on some nice stuff, man. Kanaev is off of that now. But he's just, I don't know, dude. He looked really bad against Kenya. He looked sloppy. And I think Blaydes is just going to do something nice.
I definitely could see Blaydes getting a hold of him. And I think if he gets a hold of him, he can beat up Kanaev for sure. I don't trust Blaydes' durability with big, heavy strikers. I don't trust him.
I don't trust his durability. I could just see it. I see it now. He holds him up against the cage. Kanaev in the clinch. That's all. That's it. Elbow. It's over. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah. King Green versus Mauricio Ruffy. I love this fight, man. So you want? Okay, I'll go first. I think this fight. You're thinking like, oh my God, Ruffy's just gonna walk through King Green. I'm just like, okay. Jamie Malarkey. He's Jamie. Anybody can look like Conor McGregor against Jamie Malarkey sometimes. All right. Listen to this. That James Longtop fight was pitiful.
Correct.
It was pitiful.
Correct.
Bobby Green's head movement is quite good.
Correct.
He has quite good head movement. That being said, Mauricio Ruffy round 1 KO.
Yeah. Correct.
Yep.
And the problem, like I said in my video, I keep referencing it, but it's what I was saying. Uh, Bobby Green could be up 2.5 rounds. It takes one shot from Ruffy because Bobby, he's 38 to be 39, but he's like 90. And with his fighting style, that's just what it is. He can get hurt easier now, unless he is perfect for 15 minutes. I don't see him winning. I will be rooting for Bobby Green as the number one fan for Bobby Green as there ever has been before. But
it's so crazy, dude. Because Bobby Green used to be so durable. He used to be so durable.
Well, the crazy part also is like you watched him against Drew Dober, he's lighting Drew Dober up, and then he gets caught and he pops back up and he's like, "Ah, man, good job, Bobby. You were just out cold. What in the world?"
He had no idea, man.
What in the world? And
he had no idea. Jalen put him out disgustingly too.
Well, it would have been a beautiful finish for Jalen, but then the referee let him hit him 19
The
times.
referee just wanted to see something bad happen to Bobby in that fight, dude.
Like, please, anytime now, please, just stop the fight.
Who is that? Was that Kerry from Hell Hatley?
I think, yep.
Evil man, like Mario Yamasaki ass Kerry Hatley, dude.
I was like, what are you doing? Like we've seen Bobby Green go out 3 times in the midst of 19 shots.
You know who else lets people just get pummeled? Mark Smith lets people get pummeled too.
Well, I think a lot of that is because he gets criticized for stopping fights too early, and then you'll see his next couple he'll let go on too long. So his is a lot of like outside influence, if that makes sense. So
I dislike Mark Goddard, but his refereeing lately has been okay.
My favorite referee is Herzog. I love Herzog.
That shit in PFL really pissed me off. That shit really pissed me off.
The shit with fucking Henry Cejudo pissed me off.
Oh yeah, that too. But did you watch that PFL card with Chaucer, whatever, I can't even say his name, but Baki versus Cedric Doumbé. Doumbé got the glass in his foot.
Oh, yeah. Was that Herzog?
Was that Herzog? I thought it was Goddard. If it's Herzog, dude.
Let me see.
It was Herzog. I'm sorry, Mark Goddard.
Is it gonna say it? Mike Beltran. Yeah.
Was it Beltran and Chasadima versus? Really?
Doumbé Chasadima. I picked the wrong fight. My bad. I picked the wrong fight. It was.
It was Herzog or Goddard for sure.
Mark Goddard.
Yeah, Mark Goddard. Yep. Oh, dude, that would piss me off. A fan threw glass into the ring. He steps on the glass. He says, "I have glass in my foot. Disqualified. Fight's over." What?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You don't want to fight anymore. You don't want to fight anymore. Come on, Jesus.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I'll never be supporting Mark Goddard because of that. I was so mad, dude.
Yeah, that one hurts. That one hurts, especially because, like Goddard, I think is okay. The one moment I really liked Goddard, I will say, is like when he was talking about Izzy being inducted in the Hall of Fame with the Gastelum fight, and he's like, I get chills thinking about that fight. I was like, that's cool. You don't get to hear referees give their opinion on refereeing experiences, but that's some weird shit to happen. Like,
yeah, dude. Especially if it's such a veteran referee. Like, come on.
Yeah, or just go to
the. What do you think about Yasmin? Whoa, what's up?
Why do we not have replays? Why can you not pause the fight, go look at the damn replay, and then resume the fight? I don't understand.
Exactly. It should all be quick too. It should be quick.
Yeah. Just look at it, let me know, and go back to it.
These unintentional fouls, or fouls that people fake. Like I remember Usman faked a nut shot versus Colby, and he got like a minute or two. Like, bro, dude, they had to pause the whole fight, bring somebody in. They had to look at it 5 times. Just look at it, just pop it up on the screen somewhere. You say it's a legal shot or not. If it's not, give him a break. If it is, keep the fight going. That's how it should be. Quick like that.
Well, it's also in that moment, Colby was coming on strong, and it was like, oh, Paul, no, God dang it, you know. Oh God, I want Bobby Green to win so bad. Ruffy, I didn't think looked very good against Lion Top. Whatever the reason was, he beat him up for 2 rounds. Sure, whatever. I just didn't think he looked good. He looked very human when he was tired. You know?
Well, I just feel like he's just. I agree. He did look very human, but he knows that he had a tentative last fight. He's gonna come out guns blazing, and he's. I know it's gonna happen, man.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it so bad. Oh God, it hurts my heart.
King Green, the only fighter. What was his fight style? It was like, what did he say his fight style was? It was something so funny.
I don't know. It's like
I think his fight style. He put Hood as his fight style.
Hood.
I think that was it. It was his run in King of the Cage.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you don't see fighters like Bobby Green fight the way that he fights anymore, just because you can't fight like that. And Bobby Green's made a career out of it.
True, bro.
It's crazy because he's only been finished what 5 times.
Not that many times. He really hasn't. He's only been finished by Islam, Dustin, and Dober by strikes, I think.
Yep.
I know he's got submitted. I can't name who, but.
Well, he's only been submitted by Pat.
That's it? Nice.
Yeah, like in the UFC, yes.
Yeah, like he's a durable fighter, but I feel like when you're a durable fighter and now you're 39 and you're relying on that durability for your style, I don't care who you're up against, it's not good. And a guy with power like Ruffy, really not good.
And the biggest problem with that fight is Ruffy's accuracy. I mean, what's Bobby Green going to do? Hold back? No. Bobby Green is going to march him down. He's going to have his hands down, taunting him, leg kicking him. He's going to try to get Ruffy to throw his shots at him so Green can try to counter him. And I think the speed of Ruffy is going to be able to counter Green as Green is countering him. And then I'm going to be devastated.
Yeah,
my heart's going to hurt. I don't want to see it.
Dude, I was watching some older fights the other day. I was watching Sean McCorkle fight. You remember Sean McCorkle?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I was looking at Sean McCorkle fight. I looked at him armbar Mark Hunt, and I was saying to myself, wait a second. This guy would be ranked in the UFC. This guy would be ranked right now. That's awful, man.
Yeah. He submitted him awkwardly as well. In a weird spot. Not a normal armbar. I believe it was like a straight armbar or something.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was weird. Sean McCorkle. Oh my goodness.
Sean McCorkle. 6'7", that dude.
I remember him getting strangled by what's his name? It's on what's his
I know. I think if he got strangled by
he got strangled by Cruz. He had him in like a triangle and mount, and then he's punching him from there. Like, what in the world is that? Holy crap. He went on a 1-5 run at the end of his career. Whew.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. Sean McCorkle, he lost every UFC fight after the Hunt one. I don't remember who it was against.
Oh yeah, he lost to Christian Moorcraft and then Struve.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he fought Struve. Christian Moorcraft, damn, that's a name, dude. Christian
Moorcraft. The crazy part is, I don't know if you remember this, is oh my goodness, Matt Mitrione fought him, and he had this leaping, disgusting left hook back in the day. and he caught Moorcraft. I think in the second round. Yeah, second round.
Mitrione's power is so fun, dude.
Well, his biggest thing, especially when he was in the UFC, was his movement. How fast he was for a heavyweight. And
dude, he destroyed Phil the Freeze, which is just so wild to me because Phil the Freeze now is like one of the top heavyweights in the world. But I mean, he just walked through Phil the Freeze, which is wild to me.
Yeah. He also he knocked out Derek Lewis in 41 seconds.
Yeah, he had he blitzed Derek Lewis too.
And then he fought Sean Jordan, and it was at the he beat him at the last second in the first round. And at like 15 seconds, you hear the corner say, 10 seconds, Matt, stay back. And then he hurt Jordan and then finished him with 1 second.
No,
you can hear him in the video being like, slow down. And then he finishes them. I was like, okay, no, never mind.
It pisses me off so much we never got to see Mitrione versus Hunt.
Oh, that would have been a problem for Matt Mitrione, I think.
That would have been such a good fight, though.
Yeah. If you can knock out Roy Nelson, you can knock out anybody in this world.
Hunt's power is dead. Like, nobody starts with Roy Nelson, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Hunt's power
if you can finish him. Dude, he made Roy Nelson face plant. I mean, that
was crazy.
That's crazy to me. So, and then next we got Amanda Lemos versus Lasmin Lucendo.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna go with. Yeah, this is hard. This is generally like it's a hard fight to pick. I thought Yasmin Lucendo versus Yasmin Uruguay, Yasmin Lucendo. That was like one of the best women's fights I've seen, and I don't think I've seen a better fight since. Maybe Welly had a better fight, but that fight was spectacular. And after that, Lucendo just started improving. But this was a big but. Lemos is quite underrated, in my opinion.
Yes.
Watch that fight against Weili Zhang back. She was not doing too bad, and she looked strong. Watch her finish Marina Rodriguez. Well, like she actually is people are like, oh, dude, women don't have any power, and most of the time they're right. But Lemos actually puts people on the ground.
Yeah.
And I just, if you're gonna beat Lemos, you gotta out-grapple her. And I don't know, man. Lucendo's kind of a boxer. I mean, Polyana Viana's, she's one thing. I mean, I don't really know how much I rate Lemos' takedown defense, honestly. Like, I don't know if she's that fantastic. I mean, Polyana Viana, I mean, to say that's a good win, I guess. I hate that that's a good win in the women's division because she sucks, but it is a good win. For the women's division, that's a good win. I mean, Viana finishes people. But I think Lemos is going to surprise people.
I think Lucendo is going to beat her with stand-up. I think it'll be decision. I don't think she'll finish her. But I think Lucendo, here's the key for me in this one. Movement.
Okay.
I think Lucendo is faster, and she has better movement than Lemos. Lemos has the power if Lucendo's not careful. But I think Lucendo is faster and has better movement to where she can.
What I like about Lemos is if Lucendo was a little bit taller, then I would definitely be like, okay, Lucendo's gonna, just outrange her, outmove her. But she is mostly just boxing Lucendo, and Lemos has some great kicks. I could see Lucendo coming in and getting tagged with a kick to the body, and then those straights come, and then those head kicks come, and I could just see that pattern evolving over the fight. Lucendo, she has like a lot of fights, but she is really young, and it's not she's really young, like she's not in her prime yet. I think this is too soon. I think Amanda Lemos is a beast unless she gets it to the ground. I don't see her beating her in the stand-up, but dude, we're gonna have to see. Just because she mixes it up with the kicks. She controls distance pretty well. I mean, if Lucendo does beat Lemos on the feet, dude, Weili Zhang, you have a problem because Lemos was beating up Zhang on the feet. And Zhang's spectacular. Like, Lucendo would be really, really good if she did that. I don't like a split decision with Marina Rodriguez.
I agree. I agree. That's a little odd for sure. But I like Lucendo's footwork
I
and
think her
speed
boxing
in this
looked
one.
fantastic against Uruguay,
Yeah.
but I mean, other than that, like, and I know this is women's MMA, and it's saying who
I
has she
thought she
fought.
outclassed what's her name?
Carolina
Carolina
Kovalchuk.
Kovacevic.
Yeah, Kovacevic. But I mean, yeah, she outclassed Kovacevic. But like
And she beat
a lot of
Poliana
girls
Viana.
outclassed Kovacevic, dude.
You're right. You're right. She beat Viana after Viana had an incredible performance against Jin Yu
Yeah,
Fry
the
and
Viana
to
win
knock
was
her out.
impressive for sure.
That was big. I actually thought Viana would win that one because of how she looked against Jin Yu Fry. I mean, I was sold. I was sold that Viana was going to win that fight because she looked so good. She looked fast. Who has the best leg kicks? Alex, Gaethje, Barboza, Alves. I'm going to say Alex because there's no windup. It's not telegraphed.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say none of them. I'm gonna say Pedro Hizzo. Damn it, it's Pedro
Pedro
Rock
Hidalgo
Hizzo.
to the thigh leg kicks that would leave indents.
Oh,
Probably.
those shits hurt, dude. They hurt.
Probably. Yeah.
You know what? Where it hurts the most getting kicked? The back of your knee hurts like a son of a bitch.
Yeah. Nope. And then now we have Jalen Turner versus Ignacio Bahamondes.
Ooh, what a fight! Jalen Ignacio. Damn, that's nasty.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good fight, man.
Yeah.
You gotta go first. I'm still thinking.
Well,
I don't even know who I'm picking.
I like Bahamondes. I think he's very good. The problem for me is Jalen Turner had Marcano dead to rights. He was done.
100%, man.
I just don't see Turner fumbling the bag again. I mean, I believe that wasn't that long ago. It was April. So yeah, I guess almost a year now. So that's way longer than I thought. But yeah, I like Jalen Turner on this one. I just think he's going to be a man on the mission, and unless Ignacio puts him out cold, I just don't see Bahamondes winning this. I don't see it.
100%, dude. 100%. I think
I think
with this fight, it's so hard for me, dude. I think Bahamondes. I'm gonna pick Bahamondes because
okay.
I think he just uses kicks a little. I mean, it's a mirror match, really. It's
Mm-hmm.
such a mirror match, right? They're both have a 75 and a half. That's crazy. Both 75 and a half, you
Yeah.
know, inch reach. They're both 6'3". But I'm definitely gonna give it to Bahamondes just because I really like the kicks of Bahamondes. I like I feel like Jalen Turner, you could take a while off, but I feel like he took too long. I feel like you're taking too long. I
Yep.
feel like there's stuff in the gym you're not confident about. I feel like you're taking a long time. I mean, there's two possibilities. I feel like this is either the start of a Jalen Turner title run and he's just looking like a monster, but I think
Yeah.
Ignacio could. Jalen's really not used to fighting people that are the same size as him. You know, a
True.
lot of his boxing, he's
True.
punching down. A lot of his boxing, he's punching down. He doesn't get to do that against Ignacio. And
True.
Ignacio he has very unorthodox kicks too. I remember against Roosevelt Robert, he
Yep.
did. I don't remember what
Yeah.
kick it
Spinning
was.
back kick.
Maybe a crane
Spinning
kick,
back kick. Spinning back kick. The last nine
spinning back
seconds.
kick, or yeah, like a wheel kick. He was wheel kicking Roosevelt Roberts. He's very fast. He's very fluid. I like Jalen Turner a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not discrediting Dan Hooker at all. I'm not
Yeah.
discrediting Dan Hooker at all. But I thought it wasn't really like, oh, Dan Hooker's just doing so much, that's whooping the crap out of Jalen Turner. I was saying, damn, Jalen's making mistakes, and Hooker's gonna make him pay for that. And
Mm-hmm.
if he cleaned up all those mistakes, props to him. But Bahamondes has great hands. He has great counter shots, and he's going to be using kicks. I'm going to take Ignacio, and Ignacio's just been so much more active.
That's true. And the one thing I will say is like Jalen Turner, besides almost should have finished Renato Marcano easily, we might say, is if he can hurt Ignacio, he has very, very good submissions as well. Very good.
I think Turner would have. I think he should have got the win over Marcano. Honestly, man,
he should have. I mean, it was there. It was literally.
I don't like. This is okay. I have another. I'm thinking about it. I got a lot of controversial takes, but my number one controversial take is that MMA Guru, and I like MMA Guru, but he has completely lied to everybody about I think Marcano is so overrated.
Oh yes.
I think he's so overrated. It is insane.
I agree.
Ludwig Klein should have got a ranked opponent. I agree, man. But they just gave him who is that? Was it Roosevelt Roberts? Who's like 6'3"?
Yep.
Does Klein fight? I want to see Klein fight somebody who's not freakishly tall. I want to see him really get to do what he could do. Like Klein's striking is really fun. I want to see him against I don't know, anybody except John Turner.
I thought they had just announced a matchup for him too, but I guess not. I thought they did.
All right, so I'm picking Bahamondes. You're picking Turner. So far, the picks are no chill picks. Santos, you pick Santos. Then we pick the other Santos. Then we both pick Leal. Both pick Ferreira. Wait, you pick Van, right? Yeah, we both pick Van.
Yeah. Big Van. Yep.
Then we disagree on Blades Kanayev. I have Blades. MMA Now has Kanayev. Mauricio Ruffy, we're both picking him. And then we disagree on Lucendo versus Lemos. I'm picking Lemos. He's picking Lucendo. Then we disagree on Bahamondes. Turner, I'm picking Ignacio. He's picking Turner. Who do you have for Gaethje versus Fiziev? Let's hear it.
I really, really like Rafael Fiziev. I thought he won the first one. Very close fight. I just don't trust the durability of Justin Gaethje. I know he's a madman. I know it. But here's a hot take. I think he's severely overrated. I don't think Gaethje being a smarter fighter has necessarily helped him in the longer run. I think it's kind of lost the aura. And for me, personally.
Okay. My thing with this is I'm not thinking about, oh man, Gaethje's leg kicks in the I'm not even thinking about how they fight. I'm not even thinking about how they fight. I'm thinking one thing. I'm thinking they fought already.
Yep.
And from the time that they fought, Fiziev's gotten better, and Gaethje's lost durability and lost speed.
Correct.
That's it for me. I think. Oh yeah. Also, what's up?
Sorry. Rafael Fiziev was lighting Gaethje up, but he was also doing a lot of body work in that fight, and I think that really, really hurt his cardio. So I suspect more head strikes, not focusing on going to the body or mixing it up necessarily, because he was lighting Gaethje up, and I think he can get him out of there in the second round.
Yeah, I also think that this is the start of the end of Justin Gaethje. I think this fight, one more, that's it.
Yeah, and then because he said if he gets finished again, like the Max Holloway fight, he's gonna retire.
I don't think he's gonna get starched out cold like that. I just think he's gonna get hurt or he's gonna get wobbled, and then Fiziev's gonna. Actually, I don't know if Fiziev's gonna finish him, but I know Fiziev's gonna at least have him hurt probably a couple times.
He had him hurt quite a bit in that first round in the first fight, and then he just started to slow down towards the end of the second round because it was a crazy output by Fiziev.
Wait, is this fight. 5 rounds?
3, because it's short notice for Fiziev.
Okay, cool. Because someone said they got Fiziev by 4th round KO, but there's no 4th round.
Yeah, if it was a 5, I have Gaethje. If it's 5, I have Gaethje.
I wish that they didn't make this fight and waited for Hooker to come back.
Or give it to Benny.
Give it to Benny?
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell no, dude. I just want to see Benny right off into the sunset, man. Give him a grappler. Give him Grant Dawson, for God's sake. Please, no more strikers.
I love Grant Dawson fight, but do you think Justin Gaethje could stop the grappling of Benio Dariush?
I think Beneil Dariush would. I think. Don't make me slander. Don't make me slander Beneil Dariush. Don't make me slander Beneil Dariush. I think Beneil Dariush is going to be out before he could measure the distance for a takedown.
Okay. That's
Gaethje would probably take his head off his shoulders. Even now, even old Gaethje. Dariush's chin, like, I know he only got knocked out twice, but it is true that it is deep fried. It is deep fried.
Yeah. I would love to see Beneil to have that moment.
I wish that they gave him a title shot instead of Volk.
Oh, instead of Renato?
No, not instead of. I think at that point Islam would have smashed him. I'm saying instead of Volk back in the day.
Than Renato Moicano.
Do you remember? I think it was Volk 1, Islam. Dariush was the backup fighter, and they gave it to Volk anyway. Or it could have been the second fight.
You're correct.
He was the backup fighter.
You're correct.
And they said, "Hey, Dariush, go do something else. Go fight Charles Oliveira, even though you've won 11 in a row. Go fight Charles." That's sickened me to our stomach, dude.
You're right. I forgot about that.
That really pissed me off, man.
Oh, that sucks. That hurts.
Because his style, I mean, this is before Islam was confident on the feet like he is now. I mean, if they were just grappling, I'm not saying Dariush would have beat him, but Dariush is really
very good grappler.
He is really good.
So,
hey man, I'm just saying he did fail like 5 takedown attempts against Dustin Poirier. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I got Chama. Okay, we'll get to that fight. We're on to the main event now. All right.
I also have to ask you one question before we get to that. We just got a signing of one of the Pitbull brothers to the UFC from Bellator.
100%.
What's your thoughts on that?
Thoughts on 3 years too late. Yair's gonna knock him out. That's all. It's too late.
Okay.
You also can Hiro Suzuki in on the Ryzen Bellator New Year's show, and I like Chihiro Suzuki a lot, but Yair is better than. I mean, he's
not as durable, that's for sure. His chin is very.
He's not gonna win, man. He's just not gonna win. He's not going to win. You got Pitbull by decision. So I can't imagine a 37-year-old fighter who got underdog slept in his last two fights ago, coming in and beating a guy like Yair. I can't see.
I don't have a lot of faith in Yair. Hot take. I'm not a fan of Yair. I'm not a fan.
Why not?
Not necessarily like I don't think he's good. I'm not sold on Yair. Like, what's the most impressive win? Probably Josh Allen, and he still got dropped in that.
Oh, I mean, it's got to be the TKZ fight. Got to be.
He was getting his ass whooped for 5 rounds in that fight.
Yeah, but I mean just that finish alone, just the ability to do that to someone is insane.
I mean, you're correct. You're correct. It was a great moment, but it didn't help my thought of him as a fighter. Like, it didn't make me be like, I'm gonna pick this guy. No.
Pitbull's real old though. I mean, Pitbull, it's like you were saying with Bobby Green, like, he's only 39. Like, Pitbull's only 37 or 38 now, but he is 95 in fight years, brother. He is 95 in fight years.
The difference between Bobby Green and Pitbull is much more durable. He's only been finished very handful of times, if that.
Yes, but he's getting hurt more and more recently.
That's true. That's true too.
I just feel like, man, I was just like, prime Pitbull was. I mean, it was ages ago. That Michael Chandler fight was a decade ago now.
Was it that long ago?
No, probably like 7 years.
7 years seems crazy too.
It's got to be before COVID, so yeah, it's got to be probably around 7 years.
I guess that would be. Yeah, 2019. 6 years. May 11th, 6 years.
That is crazy.
Before one of them retires, please give us Pitbull Chandler 3, please.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna get that fight, but
man, I hope so.
I don't even want to see. I don't want to see that, dude. I don't know. I worry for Chandler a lot against Patty Pimblett, man.
I don't. Patty Pimblett.
I do, and I'll tell you why. Oliveira gave the blueprint to beating Michael Chandler, and that's like bro. I know you're saying like, okay, this is what's gonna happen. Pimblett has his chin up in the air when he fights.
Yep.
Oh, obviously Chandler throws overhands. You put the two and two together. That's not a good night for Patty Pimblett.
Yeah,
but I'm just looking at the way how like surprisingly bad Chandler was with somebody on his back. I'm like, he wasn't. I'm just saying, like, if Patty could get on his back like Oliveira did, he's not getting Patty off him either.
Sure, that's true.
I think it's going to be the BJJ really surprising Chandler.
I don't think necessarily it would be surprising him, but he could definitely get caught. I just think Chandler in that first round of almost every fight besides the Oliveira fight, of course, he's won almost every first round of every single fight he's been in the UFC.
Just a boy, yeah, 100%.
He's an absolute maniac. And Patty is incredible on the ground. Great transitions, great submissions, all of those things. I just don't trust that striking defense. And I'm sorry, but every one that he's fought besides Chandler, you can make those mistakes with those other guys. You can't make that mistake with Chandler. It takes one shot from Chandler.
True, except oh man. It's true, except all those guys made mistakes. I mean, yeah, Chandler's hurt them, but he can't finish.
Nope.
He can't finish people when they're hurt, dude. He's bad at it. He's just bad at it. I just can't stop getting the image. Like, people remember that Ferguson knockout. Fantastic. People don't remember Ferguson at age 70. Rocked Michael. Oh God! I'm just like, man. How are you gonna get dropped by this version of Tony Ferguson, bro?
Yeah.
That knockout was sick. Dude, imagine Patty Killer does some bicycle knee or something like that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. If he's able to hurt Chandler on the feet and finish him on the feet, okay. I mean,
Pimblett needs to find a way to punish the overhands with a kick. Do something. Then you're set. Punish those overhands with a kick. You're good. But if you're gonna go in the pocket and try to clinch with Chandler to take him down, fighting like this,
good luck with that.
It's gonna be really bad for Patty Pimblett.
Good luck with that.
100%.
That fight is so weird to me. So weird. So odd.
I love it. I love that fight a lot more than Arman Saruki and Patty. I hated Saruki and Chandler so much.
That fight made no sense. Yeah.
I hated that, man.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You're saying that, you think Chandler's going to catch him on the feet MMA now?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Scousers don't get knocked out, though.
Nah.
Scousers don't get knocked out. I don't know, man. I'm gonna trust in the machine.
Yeah. No,
a fight that I've been wanting to ask you about, because my opinions are wild, and I think the wrestler is gonna catch the submission player on the feet. What are your thoughts on Rainer de Ridder, Bo Nickel? That's a wild one to me.
I absolutely cannot stand Bo Nickel. I think he's a overrated. You haven't done anything, sir. RDR, whatever they're calling him. I think he absolutely should smash Bo Nickel. You fought Paul Craig for 15 minutes and you couldn't hurt him? Excuse me?
Man.
Dude, if we got in there and fought Paul Craig, we would hurt Paul Craig. All you gotta do is try. Just throw something out there. You'll hurt him.
Oh, yeah, I forgot how bad Paul Craig's chin is lately.
Dude, it's terrible. It doesn't even make sense.
I forgot.
Dude, Kai Barrella's using submission guys.
He fought Bo Nickel like he was Adesanya fighting Cannonier.
Yeah.
And that's Paul Craig. Like, he was very tentative, beating the legs up.
Like, also, hey, dude, like, you have probably the best guard in the UFC. You're not even trying to get it to the ground. Why? Please. Why?
I guess he was very scared of Craig's jiu-jitsu. I don't know. I feel like Bo Nickel is going to slump him like he did Woodburn.
Oh my goodness, that fight frustrated the hell out of me because now
RDR striking is horrid though.
Oh,
it's
dude,
worse than I'm telling you. If RDR couldn't do that to Paul, he couldn't out kickbox Paul Craig.
Well, he dropped GM3. If he can drop GM3 in weird exchanges, he would have finished Paul Craig on the feet.
I see him. I think Nickel's not going to shoot again. He's going to keep it on the feet.
I don't think it's going to matter. I think RDR is so strong if he can get a hold of Bo Nickel, which I think he will at least some point.
I mean, I can't see a guy with no like rest. I mean, submission. Yeah, he's a great submission fighter, but I like saying I can't see a way of him taking a guy like Bo Nickel down though.
Like I said, I don't necessarily know if he'll take him down, but I think he'll pull guard. I think he'll pull him into his
Someone just said Cowboy versus Holland. Dude, I hope not.
Well, me and Ryan in the chat were talking about because Cowboy's coming back for 2 fights, and they were asking what fight makes sense. And the one I said, I just jumped off my brain is Kevin Holland. That fight makes sense to me for Cowboy coming back. I
wouldn't mind seeing Cowboy come back at welterweight and fight Wonder Boy.
Oh, I don't want to see that because I still think Wonder Boy is good enough. I don't want to see my boy get hurt. I don't want to see
I don't know, man. I think that fight would be closer than people think, and it would be on the feet. I don't want to see him fight somebody that's young. Like I think Holland would kill Cowboy.
Unless Cowboy can get him to the ground. Because Cowboy has great jiu-jitsu.
Cowboy ain't trying to get him to the ground. He's trying to do the flashy-ass kicks.
I agree. He has great head kicks, but yes, I agree.
Who did he do that combination? You remember, was it Rick Harsh Story? He did that sweet combination on?
Oh, Rick Story. Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Dude, that was one of the sickest combos I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know if we've talked about this, but Cowboy's my favorite fighter of all time. I've been watching him. I watched him back in 2006 in WEC days. And after he did that to Rick Story, he went on Joe's podcast and they were talking about it. And Joe's like, dude, we have to talk about this combination. And this is what Cowboy says. What do you mean, Joe? It's just a jab to the face, to a straight to the body, and then to a head kick. And Joe's like, no. It's the fluidity. It's how you're throwing this. How it's so fluid. It blows my mind. That combination is so nasty. I love Cowboy so much. It breaks my heart for people coming up and watching fights to see the red on his record and be like, "Oh, Cowboy isn't good." Like, no.
Dude, exactly. That's how I feel about Anderson.
I hate it.
The amount of Anderson Silva disrespect I see makes me die inside, man.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, "Dude, you don't get it. DDP would just hold Anderson Silva down," and I'm like, "Okay, please, show me this man getting taken down by Darren Till. Tell me with the straight face that he's just gonna look like Habib against Anderson Silva. Please, show me a sweet, sick double leg that he's gonna shoot like Chael did. Like, people fail to, I guess, negligate that some skilled, like, people really think DDP's grappling is better than Chael Sonnen's. I'm like, dude, just because they're an old fighter doesn't mean that they weren't skilled.
Yeah.
DDP is a kickboxer, for God. Like, he's a kickboxer.
Yep.
It actually just I saw someone said that they went to school with the Healy brothers, and that's cool, dude. I was watching Ryan and Pat Healy's fights yesterday, actually.
Yeah, I remember them.
But still, man, Anderson Silva, the way that DDP comes in all goofy it is exactly like Forrest Griffin. It is exactly like Forrest Griffin.
I see a front kick to the face, almost automatic for Silva in that one. Even just hurting him.
I see DDP coming forward and getting tapped. You remember when he dropped Forrest Griffin and we're doing all that? Bro, that's exactly what he would do to DDP. And if you want to even talk about Sean Strickland, say goodbye to the teep kick because those legs are getting chewed up. Now, how are you going to move around with no legs trying to out jab you at pace? They're going to be a punching bag.
Oh, yeah. Oh, another fight they just announced. This was freaking ridiculous. Khalil Roundtree, Jamal Hill.
Love it. I know that's controversial. I love that fight, man.
Well, I love the fight. What I don't love is Jamal Hill coming back, 3 months later? I don't like
that. He does it. Jamal Hill does this weird thing. Jamal Hill is so funny, man. He's so funny because after he gets knocked out, he gets so mad. He gets so mad that he will stand up and act like he's not hurt, even if he can barely stand up. It is hilarious. He gets so mad whenever he loses, which is fine. But I mean, he's probably taking. He's gonna lose, dude, 100%.
Yeah, you can't make Yuri look good and come back too soon and fight a guy like Khalil who moves like he does, and he's gonna have crazy confidence after that fight with Ferreira. Oh man, I don't like that fight at all for Jamal. I get wanting to get it back, but dude, come back when you're healthy. I mean, how many times do we have to see this? How many times do we get to see fighters get knocked out, come right back, get knocked out again, or just get hurt again and get submitted? It takes away the potential.
You know what's odd to me? It seems like Hill used to throw more loopy, wild shots. He's been throwing more straight down the pipe, uppercuts. I'm just saying, Khalil is going to use those angles on the straights to punish the shit out of him. And he's got elbows and knees, too. Dude, it's bad, man. It is bad. I think Khalil is going to whoop Jamal Hill. He's going to take away those legs. He's going to mess up. He's going to mess up his head with that inside box. It's not even boxing. It's a Muay Thai. It's the Tiger Muay Thai striking. It just works well against a guy who's so orthodox like Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill is not throwing Superman punches anytime soon, man. He's going to come forward all plotty, and he's getting more and more plot. He looks worse every fight. Maybe it's a surgery, but I mean, dude, you reached your prime, man.
What is Achilles? That Achilles ruined his movement, and his movement was the thing that made him so unique in that division.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't even think I don't think his movement looked that like he was definitely moving well. Dude, it's a thing where it's like a diverse striker like Khalil who's so strong, quick, and I mean for a light heavyweight against Pereira, I was expecting him to gas. Pereira expecting him to gas. He gassed, but it was due to getting pummeled to the body. He didn't gas because you know what I mean? He looked really good in that fight.
Yeah.
Jamal Hill is gonna get outsped. And he's going to get whooped. And after this, after Khalil beats him, Khalil and Yuri, please.
Oh, yeah. That's violence.
That's violence, 100%. Put a BMF. Yeah. I don't care what you got to do. Make that 5 rounds.
Oh, 5 rounds. I don't think it goes 5 rounds.
You know what? Those fights where you're like, oh, man, one of them is going to finish each other quickly. Those end up being those long, drawn-out just wars.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Pereira Roundtree that was a underrated. I thought that was fight of the year, man. I didn't like Gaethje Holloway as fight of the year. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna lie.
It was a beatdown for 5 rounds. It wasn't fight of the year. Yeah, it was a beatdown for 5 rounds.
Yeah, until the takedown, that fight sucked, dude. That fight sucked. It was slow. Gaethje knocked him down, which was really crazy, because he never got knocked down before. But, there was a KO. The last 10 seconds is great. Like, Khalil Roundtree versus Pereira, Zelhuber Ribovic and Rebecki versus Oralby, all superior in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, that Orby, I couldn't believe Orby survived that. I couldn't believe he was able to keep going after the onslaught that he had gone from Rebecki. And Rebecki looked so good. I couldn't believe how good he looked coming back from that Carlos Vieira fight. That really surprised me. Really, you know.
I'm just thinking about this main event now. Just thinking about I pretty much have Ferreira by thoughts and prayers. That's pretty much how I justify my Ferreira. I'm saying Ferreira by thoughts and prayers. Because I hope that somehow he stops the takedowns. I hope he looks fantastic. But man, Nikolaev is a tough fight for anyone.
Great takedowns. He doesn't have great takedowns.
True.
He doesn't get a lot of takedowns.
True. He's not an elite wrestler. You know, he's not the typical Dagestani elite wrestler like a Mosfar, like a Makachev, like these guys. He's not like that. Then I'm thinking, like, do you have to be an elite wrestler to take down Alex Pereira?
And I think when you're now training more and longer with Glover, yes.
My theory is this: Pereira, if you take him down, okay, it's going to be hard for Ankalaev to take him down. I believe Pereira has great takedown defense. But if he does take him down, Pereira ain't scrambling out of shit, man.
Well, honestly, we don't know. When you're training, being coached by Teixeira, and Teixeira knows Ankalaev is going to maybe try to grapple, they're going to be grappling their ass off, doing escapes and all that stuff, you know?
You can't learn what Ankalaev has learned in a year, though.
You're correct. But even if you look at like his types of fights that he got takedowns, what's the most takedowns he's had in a fight? 3, I think.
No, yeah, 100%. He doesn't wrestle, and when he does wrestle, he gets stuffed a lot. He does.
Yep. And that's a big problem because what are you going to do? Are you going to try to grapple and then get tired? You can't get tired with Pereira. Then he lights you up even more. You know, that's a big problem right there. God damn it.
Dude, I'm glad you're selling me on Pereira right now. I don't want Ankalaev to win. In my heart of hearts, if you put a gun to my head and I said, who's going to win this fight? If my life was on the line, I would say Ankalaev. But I'm going to pick Pereira via thoughts and prayers. I don't want Ankalaev to be kept. I keep having this nightmare, MMA now. This nightmare, and I wake up and the heavyweight champ is Kunaev. The light heavyweight champ is Ankalaev, and then it's Chimaev, and then it's Rakhmonov, and then it's Makachev, and it's Evulaev, and then at bantamweight, who's at bantamweight? Oh, are we safe? No, Umar Nurmagomedov is there. We're not even safe. Oscar Almabayev, he's gone now, but you know, thank God. I keep having this nightmare where it's a total takeover of these caucus grappling fighters, and I don't want to see it, man. I don't want to see it. But Ankalaev is a fun-ass fighter to watch.
You look at the strikes between them, now against Stafford and everything, but still look on paper, you know, Pereira and Ankalaev per minute, 5.46 to 3.64 for Pereira. His accuracy, 63 to 52 for Ferreira. Strikes absorbed is 3.44 to 2.37 for Ankalaev. This last, obviously. Defense is 55 to 58. Now, Ankalaev has 31% takedown accuracy and 86 takedown defense.
Yeah, 100%. Ankalaev's takedown stats are shockingly bad.
Oh, they're terrible. And also, I keep going back to that Blachowicz fight, and the reason why is because like that's obviously the best opponent he fought. Rakic is just not good, and he had a close fight with Rakic. But Blachowicz, you know, being a draw, what was the turning point? The late kicks. He couldn't stand anymore, and he had to turn into a grapple. And then Blachowicz couldn't stop the takedowns. I don't know why, don't know how, but you can't let that happen to you when you're fighting Ferreira. You know, it took Blachowicz almost 3 rounds to get those legs damaged.
Who do you think won that fight between Ankalaev and Blachowicz?
I thought Ankalaev won the first.
You want to know something so crazy? MMA
Yeah, I
now.
think I thought
I scored
Ankalaev won.
the Ferreira fight and the Ankalaev fight for Jan Blachowicz.
That's fair. That's fair.
Which is wild. Because if
fair.
that's true, he's like the second best light heavyweight of all time.
Oh gosh. Oh man.
Well, not really. I mean, no, that's not. That's. I mean, I don't know. Like, I disagree that new fighters are better than old fighters, but I do think a guy like Ortiz and Liddell would struggle. I think they would struggle.
Oh yeah. Oh, Ryan put a great thing in the chat. Rumble beats them all. I love Rumble.
Man, I'm still telling you, dude. I wish we got Rumble versus John Jones. Rampage, dude. Rumble was like prime Rampage, except he hits harder, and that would have been incredible.
Yeah, and like I can probably tell you a thing that John Jones does in that fight. Probably what happens in that, but it only takes one shot for Rumble to change.
He doesn't. Well, I mean, the thing with John Jones is like he doesn't really get hurt on the feet. If you want to beat John Jones, you gotta rip his arm off like Belfort.
Yeah, and then he submits them.
Find a limb and pull.
Yeah, just pull.
There's never been like a really good, big jiu-jitsu guy to fight John Jones, but that would be interesting.
Yeah, who would that have been?
That's what I'm saying. Who would that have been?
Yeah. I guess Verdum in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, man, Verdum, but dude, like, there's a lack of grapplers at light heavyweight 100%. Maybe for Ronaldo Souza went to light heavyweight for a couple fights, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
But I feel like he would just murder Jacaree's kneecaps.
Yeah.
Thiago Silva, but Thiago Silva was not elite BJJ by any means.
He had one of the nastiest uppercut KOs in the UFC probably I've ever seen against the guy that Dan Henderson, Fiziev. Remember him from
Fiziev?
Fiziev.
No, I don't remember.
Thiago Silva fought him. Dan Henderson beat him for the Strikeforce belt. But yeah, look that knockout out.
Henderson's fights were so awesome. You know who has a surprisingly really crazy legacy? I was rewatching Ricardo Arona's fights. That dude was beating Overeem. He was beating what's his name? Well, he beat Overeem. He beat Henderson. He beat Guy Mesger. Yeah, Guy Mesger. Yeah. He beat dude. He was beating a lot of like future champions, and he beat Wanderlei. He was beating mad Hall of Fame fighters.
Oh yeah. He was never the same after the Rampage destruction.
Yeah, dude, I remember that.
And Rampage did a podcast recently talking about that fight. It cracked me up because he was talking about how he was so mad because he kept doing something like kicking his legs or something like that. But yeah, he was so mad, and so he just lifted him up as hard as he could and then slammed him. But I guess he slammed him because he was just mad at him because something was going on in the fight. I was like, Jesus, oh my goodness! I'm surprised he didn't break him through the ring. Oh my God, that slam is disgusting. Oh.
Damn, I'm really thinking about it. Light heavyweight has not had a lot of super crazy grapplers.
Oh no. No.
That's wild.
Which is unfortunate. You know?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, maybe I'm kind of tired. Maybe I just can't think of any. I'm trying to Google it actually. Not Google it.
Oh yeah, that's heavyweight. I keep thinking heavyweight. Light heavyweight.
Database. You know who I really like, who never got like a ton of opportunity? I really liked Hector Lombard.
Oh, dude, Hector Lombard and Bellator. That guy was he was a menace.
Hector Lombard was sick.
His knockouts, even in the UFC, were nasty. Like the one against Nate Marquardt. Oh, dude, he ran and KO'd him. Ran to Nate Marquardt and knocked him out.
Did he ever fight Yoel Romero? Or am I making that up?
No.
Who was the guy that knocked Romero out cold and then he had to do that neck surgery? Was that Rafael Cavalcante?
That's Featherweight.
That was Featherweight that knocked Romero out?
I'm pretty sure that's who knocked out Yoel. In strike.
Dude, that shit was so crazy. I'm thinking about it. I really can't think of any good light heavyweights. Oh, I mean, there's Vladimir Matyshenko was probably the best grappler that Jones fought for a while. It's Matyshenko.
Yeah, Matyshenko. Yep.
Man. Alexandre Ferreira. Dude, that's all I could think of.
Yeah, I don't think. I can't think of anybody that was.
Goran Reljic. I don't know if Goran Reljic was even in the UFC. He might have not been.
Oh, he had a great fight with. It was a decision. What the?
Yeah, he was in the UFC. Goran Reljic.
Yeah, he had a great fight with. This guy got knocked out by Nate Marquardt as well.
Was in the UFC? Was it Krzysztof Swarzinski?
No, Brazilian.
Kendall Grove, super tall dude, right?
Nope.
No, he's Hawaiian. He's not Brazilian.
It's Wilson Gouveia.
Oh, Wilson Gouveia.
Wilson Gouveia fought Goran Relic and lost in the second round.
Gouveia was around a long ass time.
Yeah, long time.
A lot of fights. You had like a 6-year run, or something like that.
Oh my goodness, Keith Jardine, holy crap!
Dude,
you want to know one of the biggest robberies I've ever seen in my life? Watching the UFC. Nate Marquardt, Talis Latus. One of the biggest robberies I've ever seen in my life. It literally makes no sense.
Yeah, man.
You ever get a chance to watch that fight? It's ridiculous.
I've never seen that fight. I know Nate the Great Marquardt was. I'm not gonna lie. I have watched most UFC fights just in general, but there's some where I haven't. I just haven't. A lot of like Strikeforce, a lot of Strikeforce stuff I haven't watched, but a lot of UFC and WEC Pride stuff like that I've watched, and then I watch all like the regional scene now. It's really good.
Do you know who Scott Smith is on?
Yeah, Hands of Stone. Scott Smith. Yep.
Yeah. One of the nastiest fake out shots I've ever seen. Remember, you see one when he gets hit to the body and then he knocks out Pete Cell?
Yes.
When he gets hurt and then he knocks him out,
I think I have, man.
Yeah, that
dude,
was.
Honestly, my favorite inside. I mean, he's a pot it's not even a deep cut. I want to be a deep cut. I'll bring up, Brian Jimmo or some shit. But honestly,
hold on, my phone's gonna die. One second.
All right. Gegard was mad underrated. 100%, dude. Gegard was a beast. Ryan and Tristan, 100%, bro. By the way, I have a channel if you guys want to check it out. I don't care. You guys don't got to, but Gegard was a beast. What was I saying? I'm about to reveal my deep cut awesome fighter. If you guys have any less popular fighters that you guys like, put them in chat. Who's my favorite fighter right now? In the UFC?
Hello.
Man, that's a difficult question to ask, Henricho.
I'm sure.
Favorite fighter in the UFC right now?
My phone's gonna die.
I mean, I still love Barbosa fights, but he's kind of off his like game, man. I'll probably still say him though.
There we go.
Yo, what's up?
Sorry about that. My phone was on 1%.
You're all good, dude. But they said they were like, who is your favorite UFC fighter currently right now? So I'm interested in that answer from you.
Oh gosh. It's so hard to put. Oh man. It's hard for me to say pinpoint exactly one, just because I do so much in talking on a lot of them. I get mixed up, but obviously, like some of my favorites, obviously, it's like Ferreira. I love greatness, like John Jones. Obviously, I've been watching him for so long, and still to do this is just unbelievable. You know, I'm trying to think of each. Like Izzy, it sucks to see his downfall, but I love Izzy. Um, yeah, yeah. Prospects. Trying to think of some prospects that I like coming up. I do like what's his name? Oh fuck.
Describe him.
2:30 in the morning.
Encyclopedia.
What's the fucking name? Like Gene Matsumoto. I'm a big fan of Gene Matsumoto. My favorite is Grant Dawson. I love Grant Dawson.
John is awesome.
Oh, that brings me to a point. What do you think about the bitch move that Rob Font pulled on
Rob Font did?
Yeah.
What did Rob Font do?
He fake touch gloved and then threw a straight and hurt Gene. Changed the whole start of the fight.
Oh, fucking dude, I hate that shit. I don't agree with that, dude. I think it is a fight. It is a fight, but it's so traditional and commonly accepted that you're gonna touch gloves. Don't be a dick.
Well, like Paul Felder said, I love what Paul Felder said. He said, all you have to do is don't touch gloves. Just say no and go fight. You don't have to touch gloves and then do that.
Was Spencer Fisher's nickname the Price? Was it Spencer the Price Fisher?
Spencer Fisher was
King?
Oh, I thought that was his name.
What was Spencer Fisher's? Who was the Price? They were a lightweight.
The King. Spencer the King Fisher.
Yes, the King. Spencer Fisher.
Right.
Who is the Price? My favorite fighter right now, 100% is Talisian Teixeira.
Oh, the guy that knocked out Justin Papa?
Oh, 100%, dude. 100%.
Oh, okay.
Reason why. Because I made a video last year. It was January last year, and it was like, these are the best heavyweight prospects right now. He was 3-0 at the time. I had him at number 1. He saw it, and he was like, and he saw me tag him on Instagram, and you know we were messaging in back and forth on Instagram DMs, and he subscribed to my YouTube channel, and now he's feature fighting in pay-per-views. So that's cool. So insane to me. Someone that subscribed to my YouTube channel is in a feature fight on a pay-per-view.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, even though it shouldn't have been on that pay-per-view, and it should have been on the prelims, whatever.
It sure should have been, for sure. You ever seen the
sick fight.
Spencer Fisher moment?
Who the hell was the Price then?
I was trying to figure out who that was. But did you see that crazy moment with Spencer Fisher?
No. What happened with Spencer
Fisher?
Okay,
so there's this famous moment where he's fighting Matt Wiman. And Matt Wiman, they're like fighting, kind of throwing down or whatever. And then Spencer Fisher hits him with a left hook, and then Matt Wyman like shakes his finger at him, and immediately
Oh,
Spencer
dude,
Fisher
I know.
throws a flying knee. Yeah, that was disgusting.
That's one of my favorite cards of all time.
Which one?
The Hughes versus Gracie card.
Hughes versus Gracie card.
That's the card that had that card on it. I think that was Melvin Gillard's debut as well.
Oh, when he had that
And then
nasty knockout.
it was Gumby, Chael Sonnen, Melvin Gillard debuting. Then there was the Spencer Fisher Wyman fight, Mike Swick and Joe Riggs or Joe
Yep.
Diesel Riggs, Brandon Vera at
Oh
heavyweight.
yeah, that's hard, yeah.
And then dude, I think John Alessio was a good kickboxer too. I liked John Alessio's fights.
Yeah, he seemed to get in his own way. It seemed when you watch him fight, he kind
But
of tried to find a
was.
little bit of ways out.
Huh. Yeah, that's crazy. He was a kickboxer, but now I'm thinking about it, he was just getting submissions.
Well, he had a fight with David Rickles back in 2015. I remember watching that, and he was getting pieced up, and then Rickles hit him with an illegal knee, and John Alessio couldn't. He could have, but he couldn't. If you know what I'm saying.
I love that the Frank Trigg Matt Hughes fight too, man.
Oh yeah, very cheap news by Frank Trigg. Very cheap. What Frank Trigg did in that.
People don't talk about these old fights. Like I just know, like, if you ask 80% of fans at a UFC show who Gray Maynard is, they're gonna be like, I don't. They're probably gonna think you're asking like I don't know. They're gonna be like, is that a beer or something? Like, I'm not gonna know who Gray Maynard is, and that sucks because those fights with Frankie were peak.
Yeah, Gray Maynard was awesome. I thought his downfall was pretty ridiculous.
You know what I wish? Well, actually, I'm glad he didn't keep fighting, but I really love Shane Carwin too.
Yeah. The when he knocked out Gabriel Gonzaga, like it was like a flick of his wrist.
I know, dude. He basically fought like if Nate Diaz was 6'3", 265 pounds of muscle. He just come forward. He's gonna pressure box you, but if he touches you, you die. It was incredible.
Well, he got hurt. His nose was broken by Gonzaga, hurt him. And then, like, out of nowhere, it's like Shane was, like, pushing him away with his fist and just knocked him out cold. Like,
he could just generate power from such weird angles.
Yeah. Well, the Frank Mir fight, they were actually, Brendan Shaw was talking about on the Rogan podcast. Shane was hurt going into that Frank Mir fight. And it was like he couldn't train, his back was hurt, I think it was. And that's why early on, when he got that clinch, he just unleashed those uppercuts and finished Frank. Because he couldn't train. He had no cardio. He just got him out of there. Like, that's gross.
It really sucks what happened to him, man. That's really sucks, dude. Yeah. It's awful.
Absolutely. His power was freakish. And then he's somebody we'll never see in the Hall of Fame.
No, of course not. But look, dude, wait, do you know what happened to him?
What do you mean?
Dude, so it wasn't from MMA. It was from all this concussive like stuff in football. But he can't even like tie his shoes or anything anymore.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful, dude. It's so awful.
Yeah, that really sucks too. And then,
dude, it's so it is. Speaking of that, it is crazy that Matt Hamill could hear again now. Do you hear about that?
Yeah, I also remember Matt Hamill saying he wants to fight John Jones again.
Remember him destroying John Jones. No, he didn't destroy John Jones, but remember that knockout of Mark Munoz?
Yep, disgusting head kick
that was sick.
Lumped him. Like, what is this? I remember when he fought Rich Franklin out of nowhere and went a couple rounds, it looked okay, and then Franklin slumped him with a body kick. Like, oh, right there's Franklin. I forgot. He's somebody else no one talks about anymore. Rich Franklin.
Rich Franklin.
He was awesome.
Rich Franklin was he the first middleweight champ or the second?
I believe second because he fought Tanner. Sorry, Tanner.
Evan Tanner.
Yep.
Wait, so what weight class was Bustamante? Was Bustamante welterweight?
I think Tito Ortiz submitted him, if I'm correct. Let me see. I think that would be light heavyweight. Didn't he fight? That might not be right then. Tito Ortiz. Let's see.
Yeah, it had to be.
No, not him.
It had to be. No, you know what? Dave Manet was the first middleweight champion.
Dave Manet. He was finished by somebody early in the UFC.
Dave Manet. So who was the first welterweight champion? That completely. Was it Miletich?
He fought in the UFC.
That would make sense. Miletich, then Doug Jitsu, then Matt Hughes, then BJ. Right?
Oh, Milo. Yeah, Bustamante. Yeah, he was 3-1 in the UFC.
That's my least for me, the most hard to watch downfall ever was definitely Carlos Newton.
Yeah, that downfall was rough. Beautiful bulldog.
Even after the Silva fight, he just never looked. Like, I know he beat Renzo Gracie, but dude, he was getting smashed around like Rio Chonin, and which is crazy because Rio Chonin also beat Anderson Silva.
Yep.
If you remember.
Yep.
Which is crazy to think about. Rio Chonin. I mean, this dude was losing to. Actually, now that I think about it, his losses weren't that bad. He lost to Henderson, Petrosyan. Is that it?
Rio Chonin.
Petrosyan. Yeah, Rio Chonin.
22-13.
Jesus, never mind. He was
1-3
definitely. I don't have 2 losses, but it's just crazy to me that a dude like that beats Anderson Silva but gets starched by Baroni and Henderson. I mean, Henderson's one thing, Baroni's another. I knew he hit hard, but Jesus.
He also fought T.J. Grant. If you remember T.J. Grant.
Yes, dude. Nova Scotia's finest, T.J. Grant.
And he destroyed Gray Maynard in the first round.
Whatever. Why did he stop fighting?
Concussion. Couldn't come back.
Oh man, that sucks.
He should have got working in the mines now.
Wait, so he got the concussion outside of?
Yep, in training, because remember he's supposed to get the title fight against, I think it was against Henderson.
Oh, so he retired. So I guess it was really bad. And dude, whoever fucked him up in training, like I want to know the name.
Yeah, he was something special. So
Grant was on a run, man.
Yeah, he looked incredible after the Almeida loss. And he was the first one to ever finish Matt Wyman. I guess second person. First person to knock him out.
Matt Wyman's had a wild career too. It's like that dude's really had a wild career.
Yeah, he was fun though. Had a rough last.
I can't believe he went from being such. He's another guy that's been in the UFC for so long, but he was beating. He's like Mark Danzig, and he was finishing.
Paul Sass. People don't remember how good Paul Sass was, but all of his wins were by submission. And then Matt Wyman went in there and did his.
It's just crazy. Was not Joe Levitt. The monkey. What's he called? The monkey guy. Is that what he calls himself?
Jordan Levitt.
Yeah, Jordan Levitt. So like that was insane. It's so crazy that we're in 2025, and like Bryce Mitchell and Jordan Levitt are just like people are just figuring out how to do slams. Like, it's not that difficult. You put your forearm on the guy's chin. That's the secret.
Mm-hmm.
You put your forearm on the guy's chin when you do a slam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But still, like these are getting so nasty. Like that Zach Reese one was brutal.
Yeah, that one really sucks. Especially because Cody Brundage is nothing but a bum. And I want to see everybody beat Cody Brundage.
Didn't wasn't that card having 2 power bombs? Didn't
Joe Selecki and Jakar Close.
Zalecki versus, was it Beast Boy or was it Jakar Close?
Jakar Close.
I always get Beast Boy and Jakar Close confused.
Dude, Beast Boy, he just fought Braz Siam. And what the fuck happened to Beast Boy?
I feel like Jakar Close and Beast Boy went on like these big silent runs.
Yep.
But then they their activity was weird.
Yeah, and then Mike Davis just lost to Braz Siam.
Lost to who?
Braz Siam.
Yeah, and that's another surprising. The smiling killer. I don't like that he's getting a ranked opponent next because who are they getting given, man?
Yeah, I mean, who can you give him? I mean, he beats Matt Frivola.
I'll give Benoit Saint-Denis.
Yeah.
2 Frenchmen going at it? Sure.
Yeah, it's what, 5 in a row.
It's crazy. You're gonna give Ferreira a ranked opponent. Grant Dawson and Denise are the only guys without fights right now. Or I mean, you're not gonna give him Dariush. You're not gonna jump him up that much. Come on.
Oh my goodness! I think Beneil Dariush would. He would beat up Ferreira.
Even I feel like Dariush takes you down. I feel like your rabbit punch the side of his head. What a knockout! Oh, Joe Rogan's got his eyes wide open. Like you see those weak little rabbit punches when guys are like getting camped in half guard, just like to the side of the guy's head. One of those, Dariush is not even in the Milky Way galaxy anymore. He's gone.
Yeah, I hate the fact.
Dude, I got pissed off. I thought they were joking. Someone said they should do Jalen Turner versus Dariush. I'm like, dude, Dariush would evaporate. He wouldn't get knocked out. He would evaporate right there. He would turn into a liquid or a gas. He would no longer be there. Do not do Jalen Turner, Dariush. Please.
Yeah.
It is a nightmare
Just
fight.
give him a grappler. How about that? Just give him, like, Grand Dawson's perfect.
Exactly. Because he whooped Gamrot.
Yeah. He made Gamrot look human. Gamrot, I mean, whether you like him or not, his gas tank's ridiculous. And he can do anything. And that punch that Dariush knocked him down with was so loud. I didn't understand why it was so loud.
I'm so glad that Gamrot isn't top 5 anymore. But why is Chandler ranked above him?
I think it's just because of the high quality of opponents he's fighting, whether he's losing, and they're all been close. Like
Chandler has 1 good win.
Yes.
Of his 2 wins. 1 good win and 1 utterly shit win.
Yes. But I think a lot of it also is like that Oliveira fight, the first one, he was, 5 seconds away from finishing him and winning, becoming champion, and then he gets finished. Justin Poirier hurts him, couldn't finish him, he gets finished. That's what I'm talking about. It's so many weird moments with him, so much success, and then he loses.
Someone said they hate the Balshar brothers. I feel like I was the only person. I was like, this Balshar dude's gonna get flatlined. I said that. And the reason that I said that is because against Victor Henry, who I don't really rate, I was like, Victor Henry is working this dude. This dude's gonna get knocked out. If he fights anybody really good, he's gonna get knocked out. Seeing him get flatlined, it wasn't like I liked the Basharats. Do you remember when the Bahamondes and the Basharats, not the Bahamondes, what the hell was their name? Damn, I'm tired. Gabriel and is it Gabriel?
Israel.
What? Bonfim.
Yep, Bonfim.
Do you remember when the Bonfins and the Bashrots were like undefeated in the UFC, and everybody was like, "Dude, these brothers are all they're gonna take all the belts." Do you remember that short period? That was a crazy time.
Ferreira is still undefeated. Javid just
Yes.
has been on a skid.
Faris
Ferreira
Basharat.
is still undefeated.
Yeah, Farid and Hav. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I gotta head to bed soon. It's
He's
3
13 and
a.m.
1.
4 a.m.
Yep.
by me. Jeez, man.
Oh, it's 3 a.m. here. Yeah. Yeah.
Who did Farid last fight? Oh, Victor Hugh. Yeah. I mean that's not bad. That's
He
actually a
beat up
pretty
Victor
good streak.
Hugo too. He beat him up
I
too.
don't rate Victor Hugo, but
And
Taylor
look at his win
Lapulus and
before.
Damon Blackshear are
That's a
pretty
big
good
one.
wins.
That's a big one. Lapis, he just got cut, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It's
What?
very weird.
What?
It said it's very weird.
And he has a win over Damon Blackshear, who is good.
Yeah, Damon Blackshear is really good. The Lapulus getting cut, like, is he?
It doesn't make sense.
The thing about Lapulus getting cut, does are you ever going to leave a fight night saying, "Wow, you remember that guy Lapulus"? No, probably not.
Maybe
Probably
not.
not.
Maybe
Same
not.
time, you have like a contract with the country of France to bring MMA cards there every year. Why
Yep.
are you cutting this dude?
Yep. And also, he beat up Morales. That was his best performance, I thought. And then they cut him.
Yeah.
And he fought 3 times in
Victor Vincent
2024.
Morales just got another fight, but Lapidus gets cut.
Yeah.
You guys aren't ready for. They're probably gonna do Tuivasa Gaziev, which is insane to me.
Oh, gosh. Have you seen how big Tuivasa looks like recently?
Oh my god, he is. I mean, he looks.
He looks
You
like the
remember
jump
that
from
guy?
Mad.
It looks like the old Tuivasa ate like 3 hairy Huntsuckers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he lined up 3 hairy Huntsuckers and he just inhaled them. Like
Yep.
he is. If
He's big.
I saw that guy walk in, I'm not even gonna be like, oh my god, that's tied to Ivasa. I'm thinking, damn. I'm not even saying anything. I'm just saying, damn. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
He's got to be over 320.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well over
I
3.
don't.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's big.
He's a big boy, and I don't know why he's so big right now. I don't understand.
The way that Patty gains like 50 pounds at lightweight, but then cuts it back down. I mean, maybe, I don't know, man. You gain 50 pounds off season, then you cut back down. The way he does that, so we've also gains 100 pounds, and he's at heavyweight, and it just can't be healthy for you, dude.
There's no way it's healthy. Whether you have the best nutritionist of all time, there's no way your body is going to be okay with that forever. No way.
If
It's
you're
nuts.
smaller, you could be okay with it. But if you're a big guy and you're gaining 100, geez, man, you're like arteries are.
Well, honestly, it's better for Tuivasa than it is for Patty because Patty is smaller. That's a problem. Tuivasa is so much.
I think okay. This is my crazy. I'm gonna head off after this. Is my craziest take. Like this is a crazy take, but I think being fat and losing weight can help you with a lot of aspects when you're fighting. Like coaches, even when you're having a fight, like and you're coming back from a fight from a not being on camp, they want you fat and lazy so they could beat the not beat but work the discipline back into you. It's good to not be in fight shape 24/7 in some ways, but
Yeah.
a guy like Patty doing that is one thing. A guy like Tuivasa, you can't shed that weight during training camp and then dehydrate down. What he has to do is actually just go on like a actual diet for like a month just to try to make 265 with a weight cut.
Well, yeah. Remember, Justin Alpha missed the 265 limit
Oh my god. And Barnett too.
And Barnett. That's disgusting. But it
I
is
was
almost 3
watching this
o'clock in the
regional
morning.
fight. This guy Shamsuddin Makhmudov. He weighed in at 270. He came
Oh my
back
god.
literally 1 minute later on the scale, and he was 265. Zero
What?
chance he lost 5 pounds. They all, bro. They definitely just they saw the scale. It started to go up. They stopped it with their finger at 265. And said 265. Shamsuddin Makhmudov. And I hate. It was one of the worst fights I've ever seen.
Oh, of course. It's like the Dada 3000, the Kimbo slice.
It wasn't that bad. It was just like Aldo Batista, but more cage grabbing and for 5 rounds and with fat, slow heavyweights.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah. But it is almost 3 o'clock in the
It
morning here. I'm gonna
bad.
let you get out of here. We'll definitely do this again probably after V13, or if you're free, you can keep talking about fights and stuff.
Yeah,
Just let me know what your
100%.
plans
I
are.
think you can probably tell. I'm so tired right now.
Yeah, you're good, buddy. But it is almost 3 here, so I'll let you go.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for having me on.
No problem, man. Thank you for being here. And I thank you guys
Yeah,
in the
dude.
chat
Peace
for being
out.
here as
Yo,
well.
guys, make sure you give MMA Now a big fat donation if you think that Fedor is the GOAT and not John Jones. Peace out.
God. But I appreciate you guys being here until 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll see you guys later.